Okay, for this problem, we are going to look at number 10 out of module number 4. So this is a word problem. So what we have to do is we have to take the words that we see in the paragraph and translate that into a mathematical formula. The thing I would encourage you to do is to sketch out a diagram to help you place all of the things in the right locations. Okay. So this one says we're going to assume that a tree grows 40 feet tall. Okay, so if it's growing 40 feet tall, that means it's right here. This is 40 feet tall. And we also want to say if I walk out a certain distance from the base of the tree, and I want to then measure, right? So I'm going to walk out, I'm going to start here, I'm going to walk out some distance out to here. I don't know what that distance is, so let's just give it a variable of x because we don't know what that is, right? But it does also tell us that at that point, when we get to this point right here, we're going to take a measure of elevation. So the one thing I will give you all is elevation. If you think about it, it's I'm looking up, right? If it was the angle of depression, it would be here and I'm looking down, okay? So angle of elevation is from the line looking up, whatever line you draw. And if you're talking about the angle of depression, that is looking down, okay? So it's telling me here that my angle of elevation is 66 degrees. Well, by the rule of how triangles work and that sort of stuff, opposite, anterior, interior angles, then this angle right here must also be 66 degrees, okay? And essentially, because if you think about it, a straight line is 180 degrees. So if we have a straight line here that's the 180, then that would stand to reason that we would have to have the 66 degrees up in the top of this triangle as well, okay? So we want to know, though, how far from the base of the tree am I standing? So how far am I, if I'm standing at this green dot here, how far am I from the base of that tree? Okay, so what we have is we have an angle, right? And we have from the angle, let's do the angle. So this is our angle. We could call that angle A. Our angle is 66 degrees. Our adjacent side, that's the side that touches or shares with the angle and the hypotenuse, is 40 feet. And my opposite side, that's what I want to know. How far away from the trunk of the tree am I? And that is my opposite is x. Okay, so I could put this all into an equation. I know that my tangent of A is equal to my opposite over my adjacent. Okay, I do know that my angle A is 66 degrees. I know my opposite is x and my adjacent is 40 feet. Okay, so now I can multiply both sides by 40 feet because we really want to isolate our x. So it'll cancel on the right hand side, and that leaves me with x is equal to 40 feet times the tangent of 66 degrees. So make sure your calculator is in degree mode, put tangent 66, and then multiply that by 40, and you should get x is approximately 89.8415 feet. And the reason that we put it out so many decimals is because Mobius has asked us to give our solution to 4 decimals.